Hi, good afternoon. This is Devorah Harrow coming to you from Israel. I am sitting back in the corner of the world, my corner of the world, where I videotape the first of the episodes, the introduction to this series. And I'm sitting across from the Jordan Mountains on that side with the almost full moon rising. The full moon rises when you start following the pattern of the moon. You realize that the moon rises at a different time every night. And when it's full, it rises when the sun sets. So in a few days, it's going to be completely full, and it will rise in about 2 hours when the sun has set. But for now, it's already started its ascension up in the sky, and it's directly across from me. And then behind me are the same mountains that you saw in other videos, Bal Chatzor it's called. And I'm out here for a walk with my dog, and it's such a stunning day. And I wanted to come in and talk more about empowerment because I almost laughed. So many times we think we've learned our lesson, we're in this place, we've got this, we've learned, okay, I know what empowered living is, and this is where I live. And hey, I'm recording a video series about it. So I was very surprised when over the weekend I was put in my place, and we often find this in healing. We find it all the time in healing. And realized that indeed something had pushed me out of empowerment in a certain situation. And not in my whole life, but in a certain situation. And they kept repeating, just be you. And it was very interesting. It was very interesting revelation for me, because it always amazes me. And I've been healing since I'm a kid. I've been doing healing work. I've been, what I talked about in that first introduction video about expansion. And so on that, vector of expansion and getting to know myself better and exploring what it is to be me, and lately what it means to be an empowered me. And so this has often come up for me when I've thought I've conquered something. I thought, okay, after years of dealing with something and it coming up and me dealing with it and learning new patterns and healing it out of my system and walking into new situations and realizing that, okay, this part has been healed. And then something will happen and be like, okay, there was more for me to learn about X, Y, or Z. I can tell you this has been the case with physical stuff as well. My neck bothered me for a really long time, and I would go through different healing treatments, and I'd be like, oh, wow, that feels so much better. But there was still more, and there was still more. Or with TMJ. TMJ can be layer after layer after layer. It's one of the deepest, most intricate things to heal in the body, in my experience, the issues around TMJ. And TMJ is lockjaw. It's tightness and locking of the jaw. And it can be extremely painful and can be with people chronically, and chronic meaning until the point where they reach the complete healing. And I can tell you that, again, over the years, so many times, oh, okay, wow, it's so much better. Then something will happen, it'll come back up. Or, 80% of it'll heal, but there's still that bit that stays. This is life. As long as we are living and breathing, we are going to keep learning lessons. And that's why, they say, don't wait to get married until you're financially stable, because, that might not happen for X amount of years. And don't wait to have kids until you feel 100% prepared and ready, because who's ever really 100% prepared and ready for bringing kids into the world? Or, there's this constant feeling of, until we've got things down perfectly, don't start. But, no one's born the perfect parent. You learn better parenting the more you parent. And you learn more about relationships and being married and long-term relationships when you're actually in one. There are certain things that we learn ala derech, the expression is in Hebrew, on the way. So this is a message to both tell you to not keep pushing things off. Come here, girl. To not keep pushing things off until you're an expert in something in order to do it, because you become an expert on the way. And like if I waited to teach about something until I was an expert in it, you know, you can have a ton of experience and start teaching about it, or pick up that thing to do, and then also gain experience along the way. Shvi. Good girl. So take heart if you've been dealing with something for a very long time and you feel like you're still dealing with it. It's called living. If you've been pushing something off because you said, oh, well, it's not perfect yet, whether it's a project you want to launch or an idea you have or a vacation you want to go on or a person you want to start a relationship with or starting a business, there's always something. Well, it's not ready. Let's push it off. It's not ready. Check if you're really just stalling. Because like I said, I'm not embarrassed at all to say that, yes, here I am with this vlog about empowerment, and I still learned another lesson about empowerment yesterday. That's life. And it's because I'm aware and because I align myself with being empowered that I even see the lessons. So it's just part of the journey. And when you want something, when you're aware of bringing it into your life, you're going to see the situations that arise to help you hone that. So go forward, start whatever it is that you've been waiting to start. If it feels right to you, it doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. The project doesn't need to be perfect. The scenario doesn't. Just do it. Make sure that it's not really fear that's holding you back, or, you know, it's okay to start something. If it's not 100% perfect, you'll learn along the way. All right, sending love from Israel.